Oi, what? Okay. Right to freedom means we are having 6 types of freedom. Okay. How many types? 6 types of freedom. We are having 6 types. First is First is freedom of speech and expression. When you are speaking, okay, you have right about any language you can speak. You are not forcefully going to speak that compulsory you have to speak Gujarati, compulsory you can speak English. No, you are free to speak any of the language. Second thing, expression. You can You can express your feelings against government also, okay? Whether you are not happy with some of the laws, then you can express to government. So, first right is right to speech and expression. Next is to assemble peacefully without arms. Okay, to assemble peacefully without arms. That is, you are, you have to settle peacefully in the peacefully in the world. You are have to you don't have to use any weapons. No weapon is necessary. You only have to live peacefully in the world. No weapons should be used. Clear? Third, to form associations or unions. Yes. To run our government peacefully, we are having different associations and different unions. You can form any associations or unions. Got it? Next, fourth, to move freely throughout the territory of India. You are free to move and in any part of the India. To reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. You can settle in Uttar Pradesh also, in Uttarakhand also, in Rajasthan. You are free to settle anywhere. Okay? To practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, business. You are free to study anything. You are free to run business. You can do job. Okay, you can do trading. You are free. So this is right to freedom. We are having 6 rights. Next, freedom to use these rights. Right to freedom aims at providing overall development to a person. This right is very crucial for democracy. Okay, for your overall development. Okay, how to behave in society, how to make changes with the environment. You are free to follow this right. Okay, it is very necessary for your day-to-day life. As per this right, the person should enjoy his rights democratically and he should be able to live a healthy and civic life. How your life you are living? Healthy and civic life. Happily you will be living. Okay? You should live healthy life. The Indian Constitution permits freedom of speech and expression to every Indian citizen. You are free to express your feelings. You are free to speak any of the languages. It also permits media and press to express their views and thoughts. However, this freedom is mentioned in a different clause. Okay, yes. Press and media people, they can express their thought. Okay, they are free to express their thought and they are free to express their feelings. Yes. Healthy got it? Now restrictions. These were freedom. Now there are restrictions. We live in a society and so we need to maintain a social contract. Hence, although six freedoms are given to the citizens, they enjoy them with a certain restrictions and limitations. You are free, okay? You got six rights. You are free, but with some limitations and with some restrictions, you have to follow it. Okay? The Constitution has imposed certain restrictions on these freedoms. These restrictions are led to achieve specific social purpose. To achieve specific social purpose, to how to live in society, you are given some restrictions and limitations also. Somewhere else you go for your some occasions and you go and you will take. It's in written in our constitution. We are free to speak any of the languages, right of speech and expressions. No, you don't have to go there and speak bad words. It is restricted. Then you are violating the law. You will be punished. Yes. Then somewhere else you go and tell that in our constitution, in our fundamental rights, it is given that we can come with weapons and we have done this. No, it is restricted. You will be punished. Yes. To see that people do not misuse this freedom, certain strict rules and prohibitions have been put on matters related to maintaining public order, national unity, integrity, contempt of court, defamation, public decency and morality, inciting someone for violence, etc. So some punishments are given. Some punishment by court, morality is taught to you. Yes, all these things are there that people does not misuse their freedoms. Clear? Next, a person has freedom of speech and expression, but the state has authority to prohibit use of such spoken or written words or gestures that promote disharmony, feelings of enmity, hatred or ill will between people. So due to the freedom of speech and expression, just now only I told you that you are speaking any of the languages, then there will be hatred. There will be fight between the nation and nation. Yes? So it should not be there. For that, some strict rules, some associations are kept to run out this. Thus, the judiciary holds the ultimate right to decide whether the prohibition laid are valid or not. So, who will be deciding? Judiciary will be deciding whether these prohibitions they want to remove or there should not be there. Clear? Clear? 100%? Okay. Next is right to right against exploitation. Next is right against exploitation. Okay, in right to freedom, before moving to right to exploitation, in your textbook page number 67, you are having preventive detention. You are having preventive detention. What is the preventive detention? It is a preventive action taken to prevent possible commitment of crime. Okay, those who are doing crime, for that some prevention measures will be taken by the constitution. If government feels something suspicious about some person and that the person may cause some serious harm to the society, then it may arrest him under prevention detention for some time. Okay, if government is feeling that due to this person there is very loss, very harm in the society, then he will be put under the prevention detention. It is one type of association we tell it. The arrested person is not punished but detained to stop him for committing crime. Okay, if someone has done crime, we take an example of murder. Yes, then he will be taken for prevention detention. Okay, he will not be punished, but he is not expressing his views. Yes, that he is not accepting that I have done. till that he will be under prevention detention. Okay, we will be checking what he is doing. Prevention detention can be extended for only for 3 months. After that, the case is brought before an advisory board for review. So for 3 months, he will be under prevention detention. After the case will be filed. Then direct case will be filed. The detention order can be cancelled based on the opinion of the judge of the Supreme Court of members of advisory board. The state can decide the term of detention. The state, that is High Court, will be deciding that how much months he will be taken for prevention detention, and judge will be telling that whether he has done or not done. Okay? That who will deciding? Judge of the Supreme Court. Clear? So for the crime, there is prevention detention. Next is right against exploitation. What is right against exploitation? Next is right against exploitation. What is the meaning of exploitation? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? No? Yes. Yes? Okay. Okay. First of all, it is one of the important fundamental rights. This right will protect citizens in various forms. In different forms, this right will be protecting. Its main aim is the protection of citizens from being forced to environmental, domestic and work hazards. It means what? Some natural calamity is going to come related to forest and that all. So from that it will be the citizen is not harmed, is against right against exploitation. This right safeguards women and children and other against exploitations of various forms. Again, women and children, for them also this right is protected. So, this right under this right, human trafficking, forced labor, forcing into begging, slave trade, prostitution are considered punishable offence and hence should be eradicated from the society. So forcefully you have to do labor work. Forcefully you are harassed by some of the people. Forcefully you are going for the job if you don't want to go, and forcefully uh, your forcefully labor work is done, forcefully your head is forcing you to do job, then it will be punished in for the society. Yes, that person. To save children below 14 years of age from exploitation, the Constitution has made specific provision of not allowing them to be employed for any hazardous work. If the employer fails to follow provision of not allowing them to be employed for this provision, it becomes a criminal offence under abolition of child labor. Okay. The child who is under the age of 14 is forcefully doing the job. Okay, hazardous job. Now we are seeing some of the places. I have seen that some children are going at street and selling vegetables and that all. Yes, just now. It is right against exploitation. Okay, abolition of child labor. So that person, that parent will be punished. Then we go for the street food. Then we go for the street food. There also we are seeing small children just serving the food and that also. Yes? So if government will see, then government will take action against that because it is right against exploitation. It is compulsory he has to study. Yes. but here clear. Then one cannot discriminating selecting people for carrying out state welfare works, military service of national duty, social services on the basis of religion, caste, gender or creed. So right against exploitation is other that military. If you want to go for military force, you are belonging of this caste, you can't join. No, then it will be punishable. Yes, you are this color, so you will be punishable. You are belonging of this gender, you will not be working, it will be punishable. Based on this situation, the government may pay allowances or may take these services on an honorary basis for the citizen. So citizens will be complaining to the government, then actions will be taken. Okay. Next is clear this right against exploitation. Next is right to freedom of religion. Very, you are studying from 7th standard this topic, right to freedom of religion. The thing is that just if you want to speak in the class, you can move out of the class. Right to freedom of religion. So how many rights we have learned? Equality, exploitation, freedom of speech and in that we have studied 6 types. Right to freedom, in that we have learned 6 types. Move. So next is right to freedom of religion. Okay. India does not have any national religion. It follows the ideals of principles of any particular religion. We are not having that national religion that all have to follow this religion only. Same as national bird is peacock. Not from that we are having national same religion. Okay, we can follow any particular religion. The right to freedom of religion says that every person is equally permitted to enjoy the freedom his conscience permits and has the right to acknowledge, practice and spread the religion. They can spread their religion, they can practice for their religion, no one can stop them. State does not interfere in religious matters. There are some certain restrictions put on the right to maintain public law and order, morality and peace in the country. Same as right to freedom of speech. There are some restrictions and limitations over here for freedom of religion. You also have some restrictions and limitations. People are free to conduct and run religious affairs. This includes the freedom to establish and maintain charitable institutions, either to manage religious affairs and acquire and manage movable and immovable property for religious purposes without going against the law. So you can open the trust, you can open the association for your religion, but you should make some, you have to follow some public law and order. Yes, if you are going against, then you will be punishable. Under this right, religious organization can also set up and manage educational and other charitable institutions. So some you are getting from your if you are belonging of any caste, you are getting books and that all. So that charitable trust can give you some fees also. Yes, you are getting some fees from your Hussaini education and that all. Yes, so that charitable trust will give you for that. Okay, no one can stop these activities. The government cannot forcefully be charged taxes on people who use the money earned through sales of immovable property of protecting and spreading the religion. If you are doing majlis and that all, government can't take charges. Okay, no taxes should be paid. Then they will be punished. If a person is attending any educational institute which is either run or acknowledged by the state, then he should not be forced to take part in any religious activity. They may be instructed or taught in such institutions. He may also not be forced to attend any religious worship. They may be performed in such institutions. So you are taught about your religion, that is maktab and that all is going on. Then government can't interfere in that. Government can't stop that activity. Either other religion can't stop that activity, and they will be punishable. So right to freedom of religion. Clear? If you are getting education from there, that trust is opening for you the school and you are studying there, then some all the rules and regulation will be same for that. Clear? So over here we complete right to freedom of religion. In fourth lecture I will be taking other topics. Okay?